Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to another GTA discussion video. I'm going to get it out there straight away. If you want the fastest sports classic car in the game, do not buy the Infernus Classic. It will not be the quickest sports classic car in the game, and I need to get it out there to make sure that people do not waste their money before it gets basically completely demolished. So I'm going to explain about that very shortly, but I'm getting this video out a day in advance basically of when we are due to get the Infernus Classic, so that people can know about it beforehand and so that it gets the maximum sort of coverage in terms of people coming to my channel and looking for the testing videos of it, so that hopefully we'll save some people some money. The testing that you see in this video has been done by accessing the cars on the PC version of the game via the use of mods before the Turismo or the Infernus Classics have been released, and the results and the things that I'm about to talk about are accurate to what you will see when we do the official testing videos next week. So if you want the Infernus Classic, which we are due to get very shortly, I'm putting this up on Monday, the Infernus Classic should be coming out on Tuesday. If you want the Infernus Classic because of its customization, because of the way that it looks, just because you like the car in general, then fair enough. You don't need to listen to me for the rest of this video. You can click off and go buy the car anyway. But I'm strictly talking about its performance. I'm talking to those people who want to have the quickest car in the Sport Classics class and who might be conned, if you like, into buying this car when in a week's time it's not going to be the quickest. So basically, Rockstar are playing the same trick that they always do, where they're releasing a quick car and then a week down the line they're releasing an even quicker car. So for those who don't know, the Infernus Classic should be coming tomorrow or today if you're watching this on the day that it was actually released. And then the week following that, we're going to also be getting the Turismo Classic. The Infernus Classic is based off an early Lamborghini Diablo. The Turismo Classic is based off a Ferrari F40. Now both of those vehicles are in the Sport Classics class, so they're going up against the Sterling GT in terms of circuit performance. Obviously, as we've covered before in the Sports Classics testing video recently, the Sterling GT is absolutely dominant in the Sports Classics class in terms of regular circuit racing, and they're going up against the Z-Type in terms of top speed. Now neither of those cars will beat the Z-Type in terms of top speed. The Z-Type's top speed is ridiculous. It's had one of the highest top speeds in the entire game. Neither the Infernus Classic nor the Turismo Classic will beat the Z-Type in terms of top speed, so we're not going to worry about that. Obviously, if you want to see the top speed of all the Sports Classics classes, obviously I'll leave the link to their testing in the description. But we will obviously do the top speed testing for those two cars when they are released, but we're only talking about circuit performance here. And the Infernus Classic is actually around the same pace as the Sterling GT, but the Turismo Classic that we're going to be getting in about a week's time, you would imagine, is going to be a lot quicker. It absolutely demolishes the class. The Turismo Classic does to the Sterling GT what the Sterling GT did to the rest of the Sports Classics class. Basically, the Turismo Classic is essentially, if the Infernus Classic and the Sterling GT are sports cars that should be in the sports class instead of being in the Sports Classics class, the Turismo Classic is basically a supercar. It should be in the supercars class instead of being in the Sports Classics class. It should at least be in the regular sports class. It would actually be quite competitive. But yeah, what you need to know is that the Turismo Classic is going to be a lot quicker than the Infernus Classic. So if you're only interested in getting the quickest Sports Classic car in the game, the quickest car in the Sports Classic class, don't go and waste your money on the Infernus. That's why they're releasing the Infernus first, because Rockstar know the Infernus is the slower of the two. So they release the Infernus, which is about on the same pace as the Sterling GT, make people buy the Infernus Classic, and then a week later they release the Turismo, which is much quicker, and make people buy that as well, instead of just releasing them all at the same time and people just buying the Turismo because it's the quickest and not really buying the Infernus unless they actually really want it. So hopefully I've saved people some money with that. Obviously, what I'm going to do when it comes to the testing videos, I'm not going to be releasing a special testing video for the Infernus Classic this week. I'm going to wait until we get the Turismo Classic and then do an update to the Sports Classics testing videos with both the Infernus Classic and the Turismo Classic as well, both together at the same time. So that's why I'm doing this video first, because I don't want to just put out a video with only the Infernus when we're getting the Turismo later on, and I also don't want to put out a video of the Infernus with the testing of it and say that it's, you know, on the pace of the Sterling GT without mentioning the Turismo. Then people go out and buy the Infernus, and then a week later it is way off the pace. So that's why I'm doing it like this, and I will be waiting until we get the Turismo. Then I will test both the Infernus and the Turismo in the usual way that I do, and make a video containing both of them. But obviously, as you've seen throughout the course of this video and the footage, I have tested both the Infernus and the Turismo Classics on PC before they were even released, and that is how I know this information. You've seen the footage on the screen, you've seen how the Turismo Classic is much quicker, so you know it's the proper official testing will come when we get the Turismo Classic. But for now, just based on this initial testing, it's very easy to see that the Turismo Classic is just leagues ahead of everything else in the Sports Classics class. You can sell your Sterling GT if you want, that's how quick it is. You don't need anything other than the Turismo Classic. So obviously, like I said, the testing videos will come out properly when we do get the Turismo Classic, but hopefully I've saved people some money with this video, so that they're not going out and buying the Infernus Classic unless they actually really want it. So thank you guys for watching, I hope I've helped, and thank you so much for all the support as always, and I'll see you next time.